So last night, while reading Isaiah chapter 38, King Hezekiah was told that he was going to die. And sometimes in our everyday life now, life hits us pretty hard. And some things that we are hit with seems final. Sometimes it could be a doctor's report. Sometimes it could be a financial hit. It could be family related issues, or even just simply mental exhaustion. But it seems final when we get that report. When Hezekiah was given the news, he turned to his God. He literally turned his face to the wall and began to pray. He shut everything and everybody else out and went straight to the source. He didn't go to social media. He didn't go to his friends complaining first. He did not spiral out of control. He prayed. He cried. He was for real about his feelings to his God. Now, the prophet Isaiah is the one that was sent to deliver the bad news to King Hezekiah. He was the one that went and told him that you're going to die. But in the midst of King Hezekiah turning to the wall and praying to God, God changed the outcome. Did you know that if you have a relationship with God, and if you can get a prayer up to heaven, that your prayer can change the outcome of your situation? Before Isaiah could even leave King Hezekiah's presence, God said, I heard you. I saw your tears, and I'm adding 15 years onto your life. God already knew that he was going to deliver Hezekiah, but he still required a response from him. Prayer moved things for King Hezekiah. His relationship with God mattered to him. His response revealed his faith. So sometimes God already know what he's going to do. He just want to see what you're going to do. Are you going to spiral, or are you going to pray? Are you going to trust him, or are you going to go to everybody and complain about the situation? He already knew what he was going to do. He was just waiting on King Hezekiah to do what he knew he was going to do, which was turn to the wall and pray. This was a test, and King Hezekiah passed. God didn't need information. He knew Hezekiah's heart. God knows our hearts. He knows the conditions and the matters of our hearts. The test was not for God. It was for Hezekiah. He wanted to know, God wanted to know, would Hezekiah accept defeat, or would he take it back to God? And King Hezekiah chose God. He passed the test. He got more than he expected. Was an additional 15 years added on to his life. God gave a sign. God literally made the shadow go backwards. God is so big and he is so powerful. God is so big, he is so powerful that he will literally bend time. He will bend systems and natural order just to confirm his word to his people. So don't box him in. A lot of us box God in because of our small thinking, our small mentalities. Don't do that. And I like how human and transparent Hezekiah was, because he got real with God. After all that transpired, he reflected on how scared he truly was about dying. He basically said, I thought it was over. I was grieving. I was done. I was cooked, in the twins' voice. But faith doesn't mean that we don't get scared. Faith doesn't mean that we don't fear. It simply means that we refuse to stay in that place. I will not stay in a place of fear, because we have power and authority to cast fear out. We have the power of prayer. And I give God the glory for the power of prayer, because, baby, it moves mountains. You hear me? But we don't use it enough. When things start going wrong, we do not go to God in prayer, because a lot of situations can be turned around. A lot of things that happen doesn't have to happen, but we don't utilize our relationships with God like we should. There is a certain benefit that we have because we're children of a king, children of the Most High, children of the creator of the universe. Why aren't we utilizing the benefits? Now, don't get it twisted, because obedience still matters. Even after the miracle, God still gave King Hezekiah some rules to apply to his life. Although God healed him, he still told him to apply a remedy, which was figs. So God can do supernatural things, but he still expects for us to follow instructions, pray and take action, believe and obey. So even when it sounds silly to you, if God tells you to do it, boo, you better go ahead and do it. Because I'm sure in that moment, Hezekiah was like, but I'm already healed. But God, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I'll do it. A lot of people accept what life says without questioning it. And I've seen this over the past weekend. Like, it's crazy how, I'm 70 years old. So, yeah, I'm at the end of my life. Excuse me? No, you're not. God can add on another 20, 30, 40 years if he want to. We accept what life says without questioning it. We start feeling something in our bodies and we just go with it. And we let ChatGPT and the internet tell us what's wrong with us before we even go to the doctor for a diagnosis. And we accept a death sentence before we even go to God in prayer. We sit in fear instead of praying. We talk to everybody and their mama except for God. And then we wonder why nothing ever shifts. Well, boo, you can sit there and you can have your little pity party. But I absolutely refuse, with the God-given power and authority that he has granted this girl. I am not going to sit around and allow the enemy to toy with my mind no more. Hezekiah refused to allow that moment to define the rest of his life. He turned to the wall and he prayed. He turned, he prayed, and he trusted, and everything changed. So I just ask you today to consider. I can't tell you what to do. I just ask you to consider. Instead of complaining today, seek God. Instead of accepting the doctor's report as accepting the doctor's diagnosis as the end of your life, and instead of accepting what the bill collector has said, instead of accepting all of that, I dare you to turn to the wall. I dare you to go to God in prayer. I dare you to stop complaining to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and go to your Heavenly Father and pray and watch the results. I hope and pray you have an amazing day. Be blessed.